Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to another MLB Show video here on the channel. And today we're going to be talking about what's to come with the All-Star stuff. Granted, I'm going to be real. I don't have very high expectations for it. They've had a hell of a week. It was a hell of a week, hell of a stream last week as well. So, but also, now it looks like EA is also pooping the bed. So, hilariously, if you're a sports gaming fan, it's been a heck of a 4th of July weekend for you. Hopefully your 4th of July was really well. I mean, granted, we're 4 days past it, but hey, how things go around here. Let's talk about the stuff coming out today, what we already know. I'm sure they'll be talking to more stuff today as well. And what we're going to be doing, because there's going to be a lot of things coming in the next handful of hours. All right, so starting off here, this is the new stuff. This is basically the roadmap for everything coming basically tomorrow. Unfortunately for your boy, I will be not home. I will be at a business meeting most of the afternoon. So my video on a lot of stuff will be very, very late. Probably, depending on when I get back, either late Thursday night Eastern or early Friday morning. I might just make it a Friday thing, honestly. And then just do a double upload or do one on Saturday. So you get the same amount of content from me. It's just going to be a little bit different just because of weird fluctuations. And these guys doing it on Thursday. What do we know? It just says All-Star. There are two programs, AL and NL, and they are separating everything. So All-Star cards will be separate from drafts, home run derby, etc. Do what you will with that. The 2026 All-Star Collection, we knew that was coming. Event, Diamond Quest, Mini Season, and Conquest, fifth inning Weekend Classic in 2026. All-Stars. I will be the annoying one here. This is what's so funny to me about a lot about the MLB Show content, is it seems like they'll front load a lot of it. Like, you kind of get this back end of ranked ending with Weekend Classic on top of the 5th inning starting, which is weird. And mind you, I do think that'll be probably a 2026 All-Star cards that are probably going to be 99s. We'll see what those are. I have no earthly clue, to be honest with you. The only thing that's concerning to me is going to be how are you going to get your team's All-Star? I don't know. I would assume that all 30 will be here and you can get all 30 in some fashion. We'll kind of see how that goes. I will admit, I'm going to say this beforehand, for anyone sort of forgets. When the draft stuff does happen, they already sort of talked about there will be that conquest, repeatable conquest, where you can just get the cards again and again and again. I'm going to tell you right now, grind the crap out of that map. One, you'll get the cards, and eventually, like, when you do hit, you can flip them for stubs if you don't like Diamond Quest and the bunning Diamond Quest method. That might be an easier way to do it. On top of, if there are milestone cards that come out, you need the wins anyway. Great way to do it. 2 birds, 1 stone. So ultimately, that's that stuff. Now, if we can, we're going to flip over and we're going to take a look at the stuff they already kind of showed us here. So let's do that. We already here. Okay, let's do that. Let's swap over here. So here we go. This is all the stuff that we've sort of talked about they've done so far. We will do a little refresher, but I'm not anticipating more information. Here's the stuff. This is the first July spotlight. Brian Rocchio gets a card for a walk-off homer. I can't see this. Joshua Kuroda Gower, and Sean Keys. So, yep, those two guys get cards as well. And then we slide over to the packs. Yuri Perez for 7 perfect innings. Garrett Mitchell, Ty Bradley. This is some Emmanuel Nunez. Emmanuel, does it say? It doesn't say. Okay, that's cool. And then Cameron Cowley gets some of these. And I'm glad to see that we got 95 tops now and not these 94 nonsensical stuff anymore. So that's, I think, a good move. And then here, the new cornerstone is Ryan Howard. Hilariously, Ryan Howard's own son retweeted this and said, "Brother, this is my dad, and it doesn't move my needle one way or the other," which to me is comically hilarious that even the sons of former big leaguers are like, "Dog, I do not care." So that's fun. Anywho, Talking about some other random stuff here. This is a lot of just hyperbole here, and hilariously, there was a new headliner. Trevor Story, a 20-25 club. I don't know why they did 20. He had 25 home runs, 31 stolen bases. Does the 2020 club just mean nothing anymore? Hey man, Tuesday drops. What are you gonna do? He's 91, 99, 91, 96, 95, clutch 109, defense mudding at best. So do with that what you will. I don't think he's gonna be starting shortstop for a lot of people. Fits the Red Sox team is a high 97. All I want to say is, again, these headliners have been so effing expensive. It's insane. I assume these cards will all be flipped out soon enough here. And make sure you redeem your 4th of July pack. As we're recording this, you got 2 days left to do it. Get your free bat skins, and it gives you all the 4th of July jerseys for all the teams. So make sure you get those. You don't want to miss out on that. Now, let's ultimately look at the... We're going to talk about the associates. We're going to talk about the programs. I think this is going to be where things are going to get very, very weird and very, very wonky very, very fast. When it comes to both programs, I don't necessarily know how things are ultimately going to look. Is it going to be 30 cards in each program? Because realistically, that would be a very different thing from basically 6 cards, 5 cards, plus your 6th one being from a pack. That would be 10 cards. That'd be 12 cards. We already know that thing's going to be huge anyway. And a bulk of it is technically free. Are they going to move from that? I don't know. To be frank with you, I have no earthly clue if they would do that. I would hope that instead of this, the 20 levels give you 20 cards, or they extend it to 30, and it's the one all-star from each team, so you get them easily. Like, every fan of their team can get their card fairly easy. So for here, it's 15. I don't know who the end one would be. Let's say it's Trout, because Trout hasn't been there for a while. Trout's your last one. Trout's the last one for the AL. Ohtani is for the NL. I don't know. It might be Ernie Coleman. The 2 biggest vote getters. Those 2 cards are your end ones because they're the representatives for their team. The packs have been in past sort of just moments from the game. I think there have been some like multiple all-star cards that have gotten there. So like the team has I think the Braves have 5, the Dodgers have 5 all-stars. Some of those cards are in packs as well. I don't know what this is going to look like tomorrow. They've been kind of radio silent on it. I assume one will be a chase card. I don't care much for it. I think that's dumb that they put 1 card in there. Now, again, if we're looking at this from 10,000 feet, do I think it's going to look like... Is it going to look kind of like this program? I don't know. My assumption, honestly, here's what my honest opinion is going to be. I think it might look more so like the Jackie Robinson Day thing, where it's going to be more cards, more than likely. This is 42 cards. I think ultimately you're going to be looking at probably in the All-Star collection 30, 40 something-ish cards. Strictly All-Star. Draft might be a little bit different. There'll be a program there. They already said that. They might do like a home run derby thing where they'll give some of the cards free because there's 8 of them. Usually those things are behind paywall, like a paywall pack from what I remember. They used to do also a flashback one. I don't think they haven't done that in a couple years. But we'll sort of see how this thing goes. But I would say it'd be more so modeled after this. But we'll, again, sort of see. Because, again, do I anticipate them doing 30 cards free? I would hope so, because that's the model. And it's one of those things where I would say playing enough video games for my life, it's follow the pattern until it changes. And I don't know if this indicates a change to it or not. I couldn't tell you, if I'm being honest. But again, let's take it at face value. Let's just say there are 2 programs, each of them has 15 cards. Maybe they'll have, I don't know if they'll have an all-star pack at the drop of tomorrow. They might. And if they do, one of those packs in there. So you end up with 32 cards. First one could be 30 and they could just extend it as they go. Generally, that's how it's been. If they do the 5, I don't know. If we compare it to last year was they had in Team Affinity, so you each got the 30 cards, and they had a ton of free stuff because they know people are going to use them. I hope that's how this turns out, that they know people are wanting to use the All-Star cards, so they're not going to be an absolute pain in the neck to do it. Now, if it is following this thing, I think there'll be a giant uproar and annoyance, because the thing with these cards, I would say, is I don't care about the Diamond Quest. We can cheese our way through it. It's just a matter of you're putting a bunch of cards behind the paywall, and the free cards sometimes don't necessarily feel like they add up. I mean, hilariously, this Cal Raleigh's not exactly lighting the world on fire, but that's neither here nor there. But you get my point, is we're not necessarily gonna be, you know, I wouldn't be overly excited if it was this format of, hey, you have to get all these cards, man. Good luck. Without it being sort of a temper way to go, I guess, if that makes sense. Like I said, I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. Like I said, unfortunately, I will not be home when it drops. So all my stuff I'm probably gonna be seeing through my phone if I get the chance and all that stuff. So again, take this for what it's worth. But generally, All-Star Week is a hoorah. It's the first half. It's kind of first half finest. What will it be this year? I don't know. I sort of talked about how we were talking of like that June countdown program was kind of like the last hoorah, and now it feels like this one is sort of like we're gonna push it a little bit more, because we know this is where people really like our content, and they haven't turned away from it yet. I don't know if people are still playing. Like I said, the funniest thing is EA's done some stuff over there too with microtransactions and offline modes, which has made the game very hard for people who want to do certain things. So maybe the SDS can get their act together. Allegedly, they're going to be removing shrinkage, or at least fixing it. We'll kind of see what happens. That's a whole video in itself of what they try to do. I might make that video. That might be a special upload. I have a buddy who's a software developer, and if you saw the tweet talking about the API, I literally sent a screenshot. I said, hey, how true is this? And the short response was, my buddy said, absolutely, this could be true, especially if they backdoored code with AI, because AI can't quantify high load numbers. It'll set a very low number. So, and I remember KDJTV making the comment that it felt very AI-like, and if they did AI the code, probably what happened, they probably laid off software developers, software engineers who understood code, got an AI to do it, had Claude do it or something. QC said it looks fine, didn't test it with heavy load, and it sort of dropped this. I don't know. Like I said, that's a whole other video. I guess what I'm trying to get at here is we just have to wait and see what the format is, because really we have no idea. We do know some of the home run derby contestants, so that might be a little bit longer. But like I said, I'll make a full video on that probably early Friday. So there's a lot of stuff here that I think we should be cautiously optimistic. But again, I understand if people have just punted this thing away. No pun intended. Anywho, that's just sort of what we know. That's my speculation on this. I have no earthly idea of what they're going to be doing. My assumption would be, if we talk about these takeover things, if we're using everything else as example, there'll be 12 free cards, 5 being from both programs, and 2 packs. I don't know how many cards will be in the reward path as it sort of stands. There might be 2 all-star cards there, plus the 1 from the boss pack. I like the idea from a few years ago where it was just a plethora of them in there. Stop doing these packs and shit, just give us the cards. They might do that. I have no earthly clue, and if we're talking the way like mini seasons has gone, there'll probably be another 3 there, plus the one main card, like the big one that you don't get from winning it, but from the 20,000 PXP. By the way, if you play that on Hall of Fame, pretty easy. If you're playing on Costco, you'll get like 2,000-3,000 thing. I think that might be the way to do it. Don't shoot the messenger. And then there'll be a Diamond Quest, so there's another 2 there. They might do a Conquest with a card as well, and then we know there's going to be, probably starting tomorrow or Friday, We know there's Weekend Classic. There'll be cards there. I'm actually going to just check really quick here. If we can see the Weekend Classic info. They've done... That's not up yet. That might be up tomorrow. Anywho, we'll take a look and see what happens. Again, I'm probably not going to be around tomorrow. So, my apologies on that front. Stuff comes up. So, with all that being said, my name is Specs. Have yourself a good one. Let's see what the content is tomorrow, and I'm sure we'll get more stuff throughout today. So, with all that being said, I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye, guys.